You know what time it is, bud?
It is it's I don't know, it's Miller time.
It always is Miller time.
Yep.
And we're not even, you know what? We're not even sponsored by Miller. And I'm still not afraid to say it because that's how much I respect their game.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah.
It's interview time.
Oh, it's interview time. Gotcha.
I got my old friend Jen Nangle is here, and she, man, projects, bud. Woo. Doing so much. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on right now. Let's just start with the ultimate character. I'm not going to say anything. You introduce.
All right. Well, about 5-6 years ago, I was approached to do a kind of like outline for a feature film, a feature film franchise. And what I came up with, they hated, but one of the producers really liked it. And he told me to expand and keep going on with it. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to ditch the whole idea of what they wanted me to do. And I want to talk about something in horror because horror is my love, my true love. I grew up, doing horror. And I was like, well, what is nobody talking about nowadays that I could talk about that, would blow people's minds, right? So I went to Son of Monsterpalooza that year, and that was the year that they were celebrating Elvira. And I was like, horror hostess. I will create a horror hostess because nobody is doing that nowadays, right? No. And so, I stand corrected to this day. People are still being horror hosts all across the nation, still on public access, doing everything. But what was born was Malvolia, the queen of screams.
And it's perfection. I love it.
You are too kind. Thank you.
Oh, it's so good. Everybody's going to be checking it out. Wait, let's go. So we'll get into what's like gigs you have and everything later. But horror, I also huge fan. Got it. You don't know if you got a Freddy Krueger up here, limited edition. Like a Chevy, like all the stuff is all horror. My brother is even into it more than me. It's something we used to do together. We would, when I would babysit him, we'd go rent like the B horror movies, like the full moon with the full moon stuff. And like Puppet Master. So what horror movies when you were a kid really like you were like, holy shit, this is so good.
So my dad is the big horror guy, and he was always watching old school horror, Universal monsters, all of that kind of stuff. But so I was always intrigued, but I was never allowed to watch it. And then one night in summertime, East Coast, we're talking like way back when, we only had one air conditioner and it was in the living room. So during the summer, I was able to like sleep in there, and my dad's like, okay, I'm going to watch a movie, but you better not watch it because you'll get scared. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go to sleep. But we all know as kids, we sneak it or whatever.
Yeah, no way.
And he was watching The Gate. And
oh yeah,
scared the daylights out of me because in our backyard we had a garden, and I thought those little creatures were going to come out of the garden and into our house and start attacking us. And totally. I swore to God I saw them at the slider door. I swear to God they were there. But that's what kind of set it off.
What's your favorite one that you've ever, and I know it's hard, but like, I have like probably 3 favorites, but what were some of your favorites still to this day?
I was going to say, I always have a top 3. Number 1, hands down, is Psycho. Timeless, classic, just eerie.
Totally holds
still
up.
To this day. I also, loved Blair Witch. That totally, kind of freaked me out a little bit. And there is a movie called The Ruins that I'm obsessed with. I could watch it over and over and over and over and over again. What was that
one about?
That's one where a bunch of friends, they go to Mexico and they get invited to like tour or hike in this area where there's this secret temple, and something happens and they kind of get stuck at the temple. And then
I don't think I've seen it.
I hands down always recommend it. I could watch it over and over and over again. Love it.
How old is
it? Oh my God. I want to say.
Not that old?
No, it is old. Maybe like 2007.
Oh, I'm all in. I'm going to watch it because I have a couple on my list. I want to watch that one, the Dr. Sleep.
Oh, yeah.
I never watched it because I didn't I never read it's a sequel, loosely based sequel to The Shining. I'm all in. The Shining scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I haven't watched Dr. Sleep yet because it's like 2.5 hours. It's very long.
Yeah,
but I'm with you. That's on my list too.
Because what is he? That's like Danny all grown up.
Supposedly, yeah.
He's got to be totally fucked up. That childhood, like people talk about childhood trauma.
Let me tell you the weirdest story that happened to me. So I was either at Son of Monsterpalooza or Monsterpalooza or something like that. And I went into the bathroom, the ladies' room, and I had done my business and I was going up to wash my hands and I turned and the twins were there. But they're older. They're older and like they were kind of dressed like how they, and I was like, this is freaking freaky. What am I doing with my life? This is insane. I wish I had like my, like, you know, took a picture or whatever, but yeah, it was funny.
They're still scary. It holds up. That holds up.
Totally.
Yeah, I don't know if The Shining would be in the top 3 of mine. It might be. I know Lost Boys is probably number 1, even though it's not that scary.
But it's eerie. It definitely
is. And it was cool.
Yeah.
I thought they were cool.
Super
like
cool
I thought
vampires.
The Frog Brothers. Yeah, I thought that, and they had a comic store. So I marked out like it, you know, I was a comic kid, so I was like that one.
Can relate.
That one I used to watch because my mom was the huge horror fan of my brother and my mom, but my mom isn't that weird? And she was the same way. I watched the Universal monsters first.
Yeah.
It's too bad that Mummy movie was so bad because then they canceled all the other ones they were gonna make.
I know.
They blew one, and I don't know. It just didn't work because I think they went too far from the original. I mean, wouldn't it have been cool to see those original, you know, the original 5 or whatever there is,
totally,
in like a polished up modern version?
They were trying to do that a couple years ago and something went awry and they never fulfilled it. They never went through with it, but there was talk that they were trying to bring that back. Yeah.
My mom's favorite was Creature from the Black Lagoon. So I remember that one, and that one's trippy because you could tell it's a dude in a suit, but it also, you get out of it real quick.
Yes.
It's so creepy. But all growing up, because in Michigan we had Count Scary was his name, and he was the Saturday afternoon horror
I love
host.
it.
You got to look him up. He was hilarious.
Count Scary. Okay.
Yeah, and I used to, my friends and I used to sneak and watch him on Saturdays, and man, we would just be terrified all day. It'd be the middle of the day, and you got all the lights off in the basement. What's more fun than horror?
Seriously.
That's why, because I hadn't followed you on social media, and once I did, I was like, yeah, horror. It just makes me, it's one of my happy things. It feels so weird that one of my happy things is such a scary thing.
No, it's great.
But
I totally,
like when Halloween starts coming around, I just feel better.
Yep. Everybody loves it. It's that feel, like that old school feel. It kind of brings back the memories of growing up and stuff, you know? So
yeah,
it's awesome.
It's really good. Really good. So, of the modern movies, have you seen any horror movies that are newer? Because everybody has. This is where it gets a little harder with music and movies. I feel like we've almost, and because you get it, but like it just feels like we've had it's hard to replicate the brilliance of what's already been done. We've already had our Freddy Kruegers, we've already had our Jasons, we've had our Mike Myers. We've had like all these things have already been done and they're still rolling.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything that's gotten you like, oh, that's something new that
I just recently watched I might get the title wrong. The black telephone, the black phone, the one with Ethan Hawke.
Oh yeah. I don't know what it's called, but I saw that. Is good.
Yeah. It was very good.
Nice.
It's by one of the people from Sinister, and you can kind of get that Sinister feel because I was like, I got this Sinister feel from this movie. And then they're connected by like the same director or writer or something. And then Ethan Hawke is back, of course. And it's just eerie, creepy. The way that they set it up. I think it was based off of a book too.
That always helps.
Yeah, and so it was really, really enjoyable. It was one of the first horror movies in a long time that I really didn't pick up my phone. Just like glued to the TV, you know, I was into it because the past Halloweens, like Halloween Kills and all that kind of stuff, it Dave is fun, but
it's nostalgia.
Yeah, it
You
totally
feel, you're like,
is.
oh, Jamie Lee Curtis is still a badass.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. Like it could just be it could just be 20 minutes of her and Mike Myers fighting. And I'd be like, I got it. You're awesome.
And then have the
still.
stare off.
Yeah. Then he gets up. Did he just fucking sit up again? Come on, man. We're on like 15 at this point. The dude's got to die. Just turn him to ash.
It's funny though that they did make him an old man in the movie, but he's still killing it. He's still killing it.
He just, he works out. He stretches. Then. He stretches every morning. He does his balance exercises. He's not an idiot.
Does his swinging.
Oh yeah, just doing, making sure he's loose. So now this is a question because you're such a fan of the genres of horror. What's your favorite and what's your least favorite?
I was always super, super fan of Friday the 13th.
Slasher.
Big time.
The slasher ones. Yeah, those are my favorite for sure. For sure.
I mean, I like haunted houses too, if it's done right. Anything in the woods, cabin in the woods, anything in the woods, I'm down for. Evil Dead, pretty dope, Yeah.
I used to live right around the corner from where their offices were when they did Evil Dead 2.
Really?
When I lived in Michigan, I used to walk by there all the time and just look up like, man, they were in there. I wonder if they left anything. I should go up there and see if there's like a number 2 pencil laying on the ground or something.
Right.
Because I was so into those movies. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
They were so good.
Such big deals. Yeah.
And he threw a little bit of humor in there. I don't know if it was intentional at the start. I think he started to realize that like I'm so outrageous. I should add a little comedy.
Yeah.
Because it's insane what you're doing. You can't just cut your hand off with a chainsaw.
No.
You usually need to get like 911 after that shit.
Be attacked by a tree. Yeah.
The usual stuff.
There. Yeah.
I love all that stuff. The only type that I never really got into, and it seemed to be a pretty big deal for a while, there's like the torture horror.
Yeah. Like the Saws and stuff. Yeah.
And I watched them all because my roommate at the time was a huge fan. And he's like, if you like horror, you're going to like him. And I'm like, I don't know. That seems too I just am like, my fingernail. I'm more, you know what I mean? I want to watch like, oh shit, Mike Myers. Like
a little bit more suspense and creepiness.
Yeah. Not just a person tied in the chair. That's actually really fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas like Mike Myers, I remember being a little kid and like I was never scared of Jason because he never killed kids.
Oh, it was always teenagers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when I was little, all my friends were like, aren't you scared? Like Jason, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, he doesn't kill kids. I don't have to worry about him till I hit 13.
The puberty, yes.
Yeah, we'll worry about him once I get going on the girl thing. Until then, he'll walk right by me sleeping. He doesn't care.
Touche.
Yeah, there's a tip for all the kids out there that shouldn't be listening to the show because I just said fuck 5 times. What's new, right?
Yeah.
Listen,
they're already saying it.
So Jen, what do you have coming up next? And tell everybody where to follow you and all these things, because I know your schedule. We got you right now because I know you're going to go blitz.
Yeah, things are going pretty nuts at this point. I finished 5 seasons of my web series, and basically I host indie horror short films on my channel, and then I also do like skits. So I developed the character. So she has personality, she's got a posse, she kills victims. My audience are my victims. I call them my victims. Lots of blood, gore, guts galore. I always had a Halloween special, which was really popular. Then I moved into Thanksgiving. I had a Christmas thing. And it started to get a little too much. So I kind of backed off, and I was like, after season 5, I was like, I don't know if I want to move on to season 6. I'm not really sure what I want to do. And for the past couple of years, I've always hosted other people's horror anthologies. And I mean, it's awesome. Like I come in the beginning, come in the end, say a couple lines, but I really wanted to get my character out there. And I really wanted to showcase like how evil and vicious women entities can be. So I decided to create my own horror anthology. It's 5 all original tales where where my character hosts in a way where she kind of gets caught, doing something really bad. And she's brought into a detective precinct, police precinct, and she tells the detective, "I'll tell you everything you want to know. I'll give you all the things that you want to know. But first, let me tell you these 5 tales."
Oh, cool.
And within those 5 tales, there are clues and all that stuff. And so we'll see if they piece them together or whatnot. Or he might just find himself in trouble, like everybody does when they come across Malvolia.
Sure.
So we are in the middle of filming that right now and raising funds. We've already shot the first segment. We still have 4 more segments to go, plus the wraparound. I only need $1,400 left on my GoFundMe. So we're so close because it's paying for location, special effects. We're pretty much doing all practical special effects because I'm all about that.
Yeah, that's so much cooler looking.
Yeah. I'm in it when the blood is squirting and we're just in there with the real stuff. So we're shooting that the rest of the year, and then I'm also having a season 6.
Nice.
We're talking about the Halloween special now. I'll be showcasing some more indie horror short films, and if you want to follow me on social media, I'm at Queen Malvolia on everything. And then YouTube is youtube.com/C/Malvolia, the Queen of Screams. Everything is up there. I'm also in the middle of my summer scream. Each week I've been showcasing like an indie horror feature. So this coming week is Witchcast and a short film called 4. So it's all witchy this coming week. And for the next 3 Fridays too, I'll be showcasing some other indie horror stuff. So that's it. That's what's going on.
Oh my God. It sounds so much fun. And I'm going to keep watching. And if you ever need to chop our heads off,
hey, now
decapitate Matt and I.
Be careful what you guys wish for. Absolutely.
Because when you were saying that, when I was like, I just have this thought of her just slitting our throats while we're doing the show. Like just walks in, slit.
And I'll take over the rest of the show. There we go.
That's not this how that's a future Halloween episode we're doing.
There we go.
You murder us and then we just haunt you for the whole show.
Come back as ghosts.
Yeah. I can't believe you fucking killed us. Now we can't drink beer anymore.
Or it'll go right through you. You'll drink it. You'll just
son of a bitch. It's our personal hell. That's Matt and I's hell.
Can't get drunk.
Nope. It just comes right through. And it's a waste. It's a waste of fucking beer, Jen.
Yeah, I know. Travesty.
Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I know your schedule is going to get busy, and we will have you on. We'll have you on again after the holidays, and you can tell us what's coming up next and everything, because, we're all about artists and us cross promoting each other and making all of these cool underground ideas come to the surface, so that, because it's great having our niche little followers that are like really into what we're doing. But also, like, I think we all, the show, all of it, we need to just go up one more so that we can just have more people seeing it, because it's stuff people are really going to enjoy.
Agreed.
And it's fun. So it's fun to always work with other artists. And I've known you for a long time, so it's great having you on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was good to see you.
Good to see you too. And we'll talk soon, Jen. Thank you so much.
Good. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.